Hi friends, welcome to The Dose. My name is Brian. I want to talk to you a little bit about motivation today because, people have accused me in the past of being a motivational speaker. I like to think I'm more of an inspirational speaker or maybe an informational speaker. I don't know so much about being a motivational speaker, but here's the crazy thing with motivation really is, I like being motivated. Sure, everybody loves feeling good, getting pumped up, getting fired up, right? But that only lasts a certain amount of time, right? If you really, are trying to accomplish some big, hairy, giant, audacious, nasty goal that you've set for yourself, you're going to need more than motivation. You're going to need to know why you're doing it. And I know that sounds cliche because people talk all the time about if you got a why big enough to make you cry, right? All that kind of stuff. And okay, there's value in that. But I'm talking about something else here. I'm talking about you've got to know why you're in it. Right? You got to know why you're doing it. And I'm not talking about the big ethereal, why that makes you cry. And it's cool if you have a why that makes you cry. That's very motivating. But what I'm talking about right here is if you are just kind of doing something because it feels like a good idea or it sounded right in the moment or you just kind of jumped into something without even really thinking about it, chances are the moment it gets tough, challenging, you run into some roadblocks, it gets hard, you don't feel like it anymore, you're just going to quit. You're just going to walk away. Why? Because you've got nothing driving you. You've got nothing, waking you up in the morning going, come on, Johnny, let's go. We got work to do, right? You need to be, almost panicked, right, in the pursuit of this goal. And if you understand why you're doing it, then you will be. You'll have an urgency. Right? You'll have not only an urgency to go to work and work at it, but you'll have an end date. You'll have a deadline looming on you, which makes you even more urgent and puts you into action. You got to have that. Listen to me. You've got to have that. You can't do it without it. You've got to have that. And so people talk about their why. Listen, like I said before, if you've got a why big enough to make you cry, that's fantastic. But it doesn't have to be some great big noble cause. It doesn't have to be, I'm doing this for my parents or I'm doing this for my kids. It could be as simple as I'm sick of losing. It could be as simple as I'm tired of being in the situation I'm in. It could be as easy as I'm just sick and tired and I am never going to live like this ever again. Or I'm never going to have to ask for money ever again. Or I'm never going to have to grovel on the phone with a debtor ever again. It could be something as simple as that. It could be just because, hey, look, when I get into something, I win. And you could just be motivated and driven by the desire to win and do something magical and awesome. It doesn't really matter what your why is. That why is totally personal to you. What matters is that you have one. Right? That you have one that burns inside you, that wakes you up in the morning, that keeps you up late at night, something that you can't let go of, that you're almost obsessive over it. And if you find yourself with that, you are the luckiest person in entrepreneurialism. You are the luckiest person in business for yourself because you will be absolutely crazy unstoppable. So my first advice to people when, they're getting involved in something new or they're starting to take on a new endeavors, I sit down and evaluate, why are you doing this? And really think about it. Because if you can't come up with a good reason, don't do it. Because you're wasting your own time. But if I ask you, why are you doing this? And you're like, boom, and the answer hits you like that, and you know deep down in your heart why, then you're going to crush it. So sit down, make an honest evaluation of the things that you're pursuing, and ask yourself the question, why am I doing this? And if you can find the answer, you're going to win. And that's the dose.